problem set 1 solutions for dynamics of rigid bodies, kinematics na topic. So first question, a ball is thrown vertically upward with an initial velocity of 3 meters per second from a top of a tall building. The ball strikes the ground 4 seconds later. Determine first the highest point above the building reached by the ball. B, or second, is the height of the building above the ground. And C is the velocity of ball as it hits the ground. So, for the solution, basically, ako personally, I try to visualize yung nangyari. So, let me draw our ground and yung ating building. And then, meron daw tayong nag-throw ng ball from this point. So, let's say, from this point, nag-throw siya. And then, ang tendency ng lahat ng tino-throw ay babagsak pababa. So, babagsak pababa. So, let's say, yung ball natin ay itong point na to. So, di ba? Tataas, bababa. So, initially daw, ang velocity dito, pag bitaw nung nagbato is equal to 3 meters per second. And then, the total height or the total time from pagbitaw hanggang pagbagsak doon ay 4 meters 4 seconds. Ngayon, hinahanap yung first, ano daw ba yung height from top of the building. So, assuming na ito na yung top of the building. So, kung saan niya binitawan hanggang dun sa, ano yung height nito. So, ito yung hinahanap niya. So, x1 na lang siguro. And the second is what is the height of the building? Or at least, anyways, parang ganun. So, i-average ko na lang dyan. So, what is the height of the building? Siguro, gagawin ko to. X2, and then what is the velocity before the ball hits the ground? So, ayun, yun yung aalamin natin. So, una muna tayo. So, i-remember muna natin yung mga equations natin. So, we have V final is equals to V initial plus AT. We also have S is equals to S naught or initial plus VIT plus 1/2 AT squared. We also have the formula na VF squared is equals to VI squared plus 2AS minus S naught. So, ito yung formula natin. Galing yan dun sa natin sa mga description or yung basic natin formula, dv over dt. And velocity is just the derivative of distance s with respect to time. So, galing lang siya dyan. So, back to our problem. So, ito yung mga hinahanap, di ba? So, unahin na natin si first problem or si first. So, ano yung height it will take, ano yung height nun? So, ang ginagawa basically, ang ginagawa ko dito personally is trying to find which equation yung nag-iisa na lang na nag-iisa na lang na letter or na unknown. So, in this case, siguro kung susundan natin na yung nandito, pwede natin hatiin to into 2 parts. So, the first part is yung pagtaas. And then, yung second part is yung mula sa taas hanggang pagbagsak. So, dito sa first part, pwede natin sabihin na nung initial niyang speed is 3 meters per second. And then, nung pagdating niya sa taas, di ba, yung pinaka-highest point, ang tendency kasi nun, parang tumigil siya ng pagtaas. And then, bago siya bumaba, syempre, yung velocity niya doon, final velocity niya doon is 0 meters per second or 0. So, titigil siya doon pagdating sa pinaka-apex nung point, nung trajectory niya. And then, babagsak siya. So, pwede natin sabihin na yung final velocity niya is 0. So, dahil yon syempre sa gravity, na alam natin na ang gravity ay may acceleration na, so pwede natin gawing acceleration due to gravity is equal to, ang most common na ginagamit is 9.81 meters per second squared. So, ang alam kong medyo at least 4 decimal places na alam ko is 665 or something like that meters per second squared. So, ang gagamitin natin is itong 9.81, itong mas typical na ginagamit. Yan ay kapag metric system. As for our English system naman, so that is 32.2 feet per second squared. So, magagamit din natin yan. So, knowing this value, assuming this part, assuming this, so actually pwede natin gamitin to, or actually pwede rin natin tong gamitin tong isa. Kasi total, yung x1 naman yung hinahanap. So, let's use our second formula. So, S naught plus VIT plus 1/2 AT squared. So, hindi pala siya pwede kasi ang tanong, ano yung time? Anong time yung sa part 1, sa first part, ano yung time na na-consume niya pataas dun sa point na yun. So, hindi siya natin gagamitin. So, gamitin natin yung first formula muna. So, VF, kasi kinuha natin yan, di ba? VI plus AT. So, ito yung first part lang nung action natin from the hand to the apex. So, the final velocity sa point na yon is 0. And then yung initial velocity dito is as given is 3 meters per second plus the acceleration due to gravity, which is 9.81. And yung time yung hinahanap natin. So, yung gravity natin, nag-a-act siya downward. So, negative yung value niya na dapat. So, let's clean this. So, this is negative 9.81. So, transforming, dividing, we will get that the t is equal to our, so let me show calcu. Ayan. So, sabi sa calcu, we have 3 divided by 9.81. So, we have here 0.3058 1039 seconds. So ako, isasave ko to, yung value niya sa A. So shift store A. So nakasave siya doon. Sa pag-solve nito, ideally gagamitin natin yung entirety nung binigay na sagot. Pero kung ang halimbawa hinahanap lang is yung final answer lang, at least 4 decimal places lang ilalagay ko. Yun na yun, pwede na yun. So, yun. So, nalaman na natin yung time it takes for the ball to travel from this point nung nirelease hanggang dito sa apex point nung pagbato niya. Nung nag-stop, nung tumigil yung acceleration, tumigil yung zero yung velocity. So, with knowing this, masasolve na natin or gamit ito, malalaman na natin. So, let's try. S equals to S naught plus VIT plus 1/2 AT squared. So, yung thing gagamitin natin dito, so sub 1 na lang natin, is yung first part lang. So, ito yun, yung T sub 1 na natin. So, S is equal to S naught. So, assuming 0 yung, ito yung ano natin, perspective natin, 0 dito. Plus, initial velocity is 3. Time is yung 0.3058. Plus 1/2. Acceleration is negative 9.81. And then t squared. So 0.3058 squared. So solving for S. So ito. 3. So again, in-store ko sa A. So plus 1/2. Negative 9.81. Multiplied by yung A nga natin. Raised to 2. So, yan. So, na-solve natin. na yung total distance travel niya is 0.45871555963 meters. So, yun yung na-travel niya. So, pwede natin sabihin na yun yung highest point. So, pwede natin i-equate yan. Yun yung highest point from the top of the building sa naabot ng bola. So, let's try din itong itong ating third formula para ma-solve. So, let's try lang. Let's try. So, we have the final velocity, Vf squared. So, substitute ko na lang agad siya. So, parang checking lang. So, final velocity is 0. Initial velocity is 3 plus 2, 9.81. So, assuming negative. And then, multiplied by s minus s naught, which is 0 yung assume natin. So, kapag ganito, parang babalik lang siya dito. So, ito rin din yung makukuha. So, ito lang din yung makukuha. Kasi, tatranspose to doon, di-divide ng 2 at 9.81. So, try natin. Let's, para sure, kung mali, titignan natin. So, 3 squared plus 2, 9.81 x. So, yun. So, same naman natin siya nakuha. So, again, para safe tayo sa value, isulat nyo lahat or sa CalQ, shift store. So, ako sabi ko naman siya ilalagay. So, 0.45871. So, yun yung sagot natin sa A. Second question, what is the height of the building from the ground? So, malalaman natin yan kapag tinignan naman natin yung second part nung natin nung drawing. So, let's see here. So, ayan. Second part ng building natin, pwede natin sabihin or ng throw natin, pwede natin sabihin na initial velocity from here hanggang makababa, ito, so 0 siya dyan sa simula. And then yung BF is equals to unknown. So, hinahanap natin sa C. Again, acceleration is still 9.81 meters per second squared. Negative yung gawin natin. Or positive kasi parang free fall na lang tayo, di ba? So, parang kaya natin makuha to ng pareho ng sabay. So, tingnan natin ano nga ba yung mga formula natin. So, we have S is equals to S naught plus VIT plus 1/2 AS or AT squared. So, kompleto ba tayo ng formulas dito? So, may initial velocity tayo, may time tayo, acceleration and time. So, meron tayo. Ang makukuha natin is yung distance. So, kapag ito yung ginawa natin, hinanap natin siya. So, sa part 2 na lang tayo. So, yung time na gagamitin natin dito is yung T2. So, yung T2. Ngayon, kung ang T1 natin ay yung first part, ang T2 natin is yung 4 seconds minus yung first part. So, our second time or yung time na nakonsumo mula dito sa taas hanggang dito sa pinababa is 4 minus 0.3058 or kung ano man yung value natin na in-store or simply 4 minus yung alpha A natin. So, 3.69.4189602 seconds. So, para safe lang din, ini-store ko siya. So, this case, sa C. Yun. So, pwede natin substitute lahat ng unknowns dito. S, yung hinahanap natin, or the distance from this point hanggang this point. S naught is, in-assume natin 0, plus initial, 0. Time, ilagay natin, so maka-cancel out naman siya. So, anong nangyari? Yung formula natin ng free fall. So, yung x distance is equals to 1/2 gt squared. So, 1/2. So, yung negative 9.81. So, negative yung muna ilalagay natin. I'll explain kung bakit. And then yung t natin, which is 3.6942 or kung ano man yung buo. So, solving dito, syempre, negative yung kukuha natin. Pero kasi, again, ang ginawa kasi natin, ito yung ginamit natin na perspective, yung sa point dito sa bola na to. So, syempre, yung pataas, positive values, yung pababa, negative value. Parang, yung point of reference natin dito, sa circle na to, dahil pababa siya, so pababa yung na-measure natin distance. So, kaya siya negative. So, actually, pwede natin siyang i-assume or sabihin lang natin na, ito nga, yung formula natin ng free fall bodies. Or simply, yung sagot natin is 1/2 times 9.81 multiplied by yung time natin. So, to check, 3.69. Yun, so 18.12. 18.12 meters. So, from the height, tama ba? Ay, sorry, may squared pala. So, parang maikli kasi. So, squared yun. So, let's check. Squared dapat to. Yun yung mas tama. So, we have 66.9387.156. S pa lang siya, S meters. So, S na yan is ito, yung galing nga siya sa pinakamataas. Galing siya dito hanggang dun sa pinakababa. Eh, ang hinahanap lang dun sa second question is ito lang, hanggang dito. So, isubtract natin S minus yung X1 para makuha natin si X2. So, parang X2 is equals to S minus X1. So, this will give so 66. Store ko na lang siya kay D para madaling hanapin. So, shift, store, D. So, ayan. And then, parang na ito, D minus B. So, shortcut ko na parang hindi na mahaba yung susulat. So, D minus B is 66.48. So, ito yung height ng building. 66.48 meters. Or meters lang. So, ito yung kanina. So, for the final velocity, again, pwede natin gamitin yung ibang formula na alam natin. In this case, siguro, yung V final squared is equals to V initial plus 2AS. In this case, yung S natin, ito. So, pwede din natin gamitin yung isa pa. So, we have yung unknown natin, VF is equals to square root of VI squared is initial 0 squared plus 2 9.81 S is yung 66.9387. So, final velocity is equal to square root of 2 multiplied by yung ating in-store sa D. So, yung final velocity is 36.24 meters per second. So, yun yung final velocity niya just before it hits the ground. So, pwede rin natin siya masolve ng iba pang formula basta meron tayo ng VF, VI, etc. So, halimbawa, yung first formula natin. So, AT. So, final velocity, yun yung hinahanap natin. Initial is yung sabihin na natin yung 3 meters per second. So, plus yung A, acceleration is negative 9.81. And then yung T na gagamitin natin is 4. Bakit 4? Kasi parang yun nga, sa pagkakabato natin, initial velocity niya dito is yung 3 meters per second. So, doon tayo nag-start. So, yung time natin dito na siya nag-start. Kaya hanggang bago umabot doon. Kaya 4 yung kinamit natin. So, dapat equal siya dun sa... So, taklobang pala. So, dapat equal siya dun sa ano, sa nandito sa may baba. So, dapat equal siya dyan. So, let's see. So, 3 plus negative 9.81 multiplied by 4. So, 36.24. So, negative siya dahil ibig sabihin nun, yung direction niya, yung so, di ba, vector. So, dahil ito, in-assume natin na positive yung pataas o pataas dahil positive or vice versa. Therefore, nung kinumpit natin yung final velocity niya, negative yung lalabas dito dahil down, ibig sabihin nun ay downward siya. So, 36.24 meters per second. Yun yung final velocity. So, yun yung ating number 1. So, ayun. Okay. As for our number 2, question, a ball is dropped from the top of a tower 80 feet high. At the same time, at the same instant that a second ball is thrown upward from the ground with an initial velocity of 40 feet per second. When and where, when and where do they pass each other? So, again, when trying to solve this, at least personally, I try to draw at least roughly the free body diagram or yung kung ano yung kailangan natin. So, let's say we have our tower here. And this is our ground. This is our throwers. So, we also have another here. So, sabi doon, a ball is dropped. So, dinrap. So, sabi muna nila, yung tower natin is 80 feet. So, ang measure nito, dito, is 80 feet. Si ball 1, binitawan mula sa top ni tower. Siyempre, ang tendency niya, mababa. So, parang dahil dinrap lang siya from a certain height, masasabi natin na the velocity, initial velocity at least, is 0 meters per second. So, at that instant. At the same time, nung dinrap, yung merong nagbato may nagbato rin ng bola, upward naman. Siyempre, in this case, kailangan meron siyang velocity. So, yung initial velocity dito is equal to 40 feet per second. So, dahil nasa English system tayo, ang ating acceleration due to gravity is equal to 32 or negative 32.2 feet per second. So, kailangan natin tingnan or tandaan. So, the questions are when and where do they pass each other? So, at a certain point, yung mga bola natin, so, at a certain point, parang, dito yung isa, magkakatapat sila, magkakapantay sila, parang nagtagpo sila. So, ang tanong dyan is, when is, what time? So, when and where? So, siguro sabihin natin na itong x distance na to. So, where? So, from the ground na lang natin i-measure. Pwede rin naman natin isagot na from the top, the structure or the tower. Hindi, pwede. Pero ito na lang, nasa baba. So, yun. Again, tandaan natin, ano ba yung mga formula natin na pwedeng gamitin? Ano ba yung mga formula natin na tinitingnan natin? So, siguro dito, pwede natin gamitin si distance. Kasi puro distance yung inuusapan natin, di ba? So, as for our formula, we have S naught plus VIT plus 1/2 AT squared. So, substitute lang natin yung mga yung mga value. So, kapag free fall, again, pwede na i-simplify natin si distance. So, sabihin na lang natin to na S1. S1 yung distance na to, pababa. So, makukuha natin si S1 kapag free fall na 1/2 GT squared na lang. So, yung G natin positive na. So, 32.2. Kasi nga, ano lang naman siya. Uh, not necessarily na nandito yung perspective natin or yung point of view natin para pag-downward yung distance negative. So, ang kailangan lang natin is yung absolute value na na distance. So, pwede natin gawing positive si acceleration due to gravity. So, 0 naman to, 0 to. Kaya again, yung makukuha, ang formula natin is ito lang. So, 1 half, 32.2 t squared. Unknown natin yun, hindi pa natin alam. So, again, ito yung hinahanap, itong dalawa. So, ayan, yung first equation natin. Equation 1. For our second equation naman, apply lang natin yung itong si nasa baba. So, siya, sige, S2 na lang. So, sinusundan natin yan. So, assuming 0 din naman yung position niya. Initial velocity, in this case, 40. And then, unknown yung time plus 1 half. So, 32.2 t squared. Unknown pa rin yung time. So, simplifying natin, masasabi natin na si S2 is equals to 40 t plus 16.1 t squared. So, looking at our diagram, sabi natin na si distance ni top hanggang sa meeting place nila is equal. So, si x2, si x1 equal sila kay 80 or si s1 at si s2. So, pwede natin sabihin na s1 plus s2 is equals to 80. So, let's just do that with our equations 1 and 2. So, equation 1 is 1 half 32.2 t squared. Or yun na lang, value na lang mismo. So, pag multiply natin dyan, makuha natin is 16.1 t squared. So, plus yung S2 natin, which is yung 40 t plus 16 point. So, ito negative dapat to pala. Sorry. Kasi upward na siya. So, upward yung direction niya and then nag-a-apply yung gravity force natin downward. So, negative siya. Kaya dapat negative yung dito natin. So, mag-negative dapat to eh. So, negative 16.1. Ito negative dapat. So, let's clean this. 16.1 t squared. So, equals to kay 80. Kasi yun nga, galing siya dito. So, solving, syempre, mawawala to at ito dahil positive negative equal value value, and then solving 40. So 80 divided by 40, that is 2 seconds. So ito yung isa nating importante. So ibig sabihin lang nito, at this point nagtagpo silang dalawa dito sa point na to. So it takes 2 seconds para sila ay magtagpo dun sa point na yon. Second question again is saan sila? Kung ano man yung point of reference mula sa baba, mula sa taas. So madali na lang yon. Substitute na lang natin siya either dito or dito sa second equation. So pag ganun yung ginawa natin, so halimbawa S1. So that is 16.1 t squared is 2 squared. So syempre makuha natin dyan ay so 4 times 16, 48, 48.4. Or 16 times 4 is, hindi pala, 64 pala dapat. So 64 feet. And then for our S2, so ibig sabihin lang nito, sige, solve muna natin yung panglabang muna. So 40t, that is 40 times 2, 80, plus or minus 16.1 2 squared. So, getting our calculator. Ayan. Solving. We have 80 minus 16.1 times 2 squared. 15.6. So this just means na from the ground, S2, ito nga yung X2 natin, magkikita sila ng 15.6 feet from the ground. So, maalin yung sagot natin basta yung explanation natin or yung point of reference natin is tama. So, ito ay 64.4 feet from the top of the tower. So, ayun. Yun yung ating when and where. So, after 2 seconds and at a certain distance. Next question. So, for our third question, initially, the car travels along a straight road with a speed of 35 meters per second. So, if the brakes are applied and the speed of the car is reduced to 10 meters per second in 15 seconds, determine the constant deceleration of the car. So, simple lang. Sige, drawing pa rin natin. Again, mas madaling i-drawing or at least to visualize yung nangyari. So, we have our road natin. We have our car. Box na lang kunyari. So, pwede natin sabi niya dito, meron tayong initial speed na 15 meters per second. And then, at a certain time, nag-travel siya, and then, bumagal siya with a specific or at least final velocity. Yung velocity niya is naging, sorry, mali pala. 35 pala dapat yung initial velocity. This should be 35. So, nag-brake, nag-reduce to 10 meters per second sa loob ng 15 seconds. So, nag-travel sila. So, ito yung titin ko, yung unahan na lang. Unahan, syempre kapag unahan nito, dapat unahan din nun. So, yung total na nagamit niya to brake at umabot ng 10 meters per second is 15 seconds. The question is, what is the constant deceleration of the vehicle? So, hinahanap daw yung acceleration. So, acceleration na negative is deceleration. So, yun lang. Meron tayong initial, final, time, acceleration. So, basically, yung formula natin is VF, VI, plus AT. So, the final velocity in this problem is 10. Initial velocity is 35 plus the acceleration. In this case, yun yung hinahanap natin, the unknown, plus, multiplied by 15. So, yun yung ating time. So, transforming, dividing, we can get that A is equal to, so looking at our calculator, so looking at our calculator, we have 10 minus 35 is equals to 15A. So, X yun. So, yun yung nahanap ko. So, shift solve lang ako. Negative. So, yun nga. Again, dahil acceleration yung tingnan natin, at siya ay bumagal 1.6667 meters per second squared. So, syempre, ang deceleration niya is equals to 1.6667 meters per second squared. So, deceleration. So, kung acceleration, yung negative value kung babagal. So, ganun lang. Yun na yun. Yun na yung ating third. As for our fourth question, a bus is traveling at 15 meters per second. When the traffic light 50 meters ahead turns yellow, determine the required constant deceleration of the car and time needed to stop the car at the light. So basically, to draw So yan. We have traffic light somewhere here, kunyari. And then suddenly it turned yellow. The current situation is we have our vehicle here, the bus, and then with the initial velocity, 15 meters per second. Yung traffic light daw is 50 meters. The question is, what is the constant deceleration? So, what is the constant deceleration na kailangan para ma-stop yung vehicle dito sa point ng traffic lights? So, sakto lang sa 50 meters. So, again, balikan lang natin yung mga formula natin. Alam natin, meron tayong initial. And then dito, although hindi sinabi, pero dahil nga sinabi mag-i-stop siya, pwede natin sabihin na si final is 0. So, knowing our formulas, again, balik lang tayo kay VF is equals to VI plus AT. The initial, final is 0. The initial is 15. Acceleration is hinahanap, unknown. And then time is, unknown din. So, hindi pala pwedeng gamitin itong formula to. Try natin yung isa, yung ating third formula. Yung VF squared is equals to VI squared plus 2AS. So, isa na lang yung sulat ko. Kasi S is just kung 0 to 50 yun, so 50 lang yung makuha natin. So, substituting the known values, 0 squared is equals to 15 squared plus 2. Acceleration unknown, S distance is 50. Solving for A. So, A is equal to, sabayan natin ating calculator. That is 15 squared plus 2 x na lang siya. Alpha x kasi hindi natin alam. Multiplied by 50. Yun yung distance. Oops. Shift solve. So, pwede rin yung mano-mano pero mas madali yung shift solve. Negative 2.25 meters per second squared. So, yun yung dapat niyang i-apply na acceleration. So, in this case, deceleration dahil nga negative, or 2.55 deceleration meters per second squared. So, maalin dyan. So, yun lang ating question number 4. So, next, question number 5. Yan. Hide muna natin yung ating calculus. The velocity of particle which moves along a straight line is given by v is equals to 2 minus 4t plus 5t raised to 3 halves. Where t is in seconds, v is in meters per second. The particle is at a position s equals to 3 meters when t is 0. Compute a position when the time is 3 seconds, the velocity and speed when the time is 3 seconds, and the acceleration when the time is 3 seconds. So, medyo marami siyang kailangan. So, let's see. Yung velocity natin, sabi dyan, is equal to yung 2 minus 4t plus 5t 3 halves. So, pwede lang natin alahanin yung mga formula natin. So, yung formula nga natin na calculate natin. So, yung formula natin, di ba? We have A equals to dv over dt. Velocity is equals to ds over dt. And then yung tatlo nating kinematics formula. Nagkaling din dito. So, looking for the unknowns, the position, if time is 3 seconds. the velocity. So, siguro ito final. So, velocity if the time is at 3 seconds. And finally, the acceleration when the time is 3 seconds. So, paano natin siya i-breakdown? So, first, siguro, tignan natin yung mga importanteng formula. So, meron tayo nung V, di ba? So, pwede nating sabihin na ito, so first question, di ba? S yung nahanap. So, mayroon tayong S dito. So, yun yung gamitin natin. Mahiramin natin si definition. So, ds over dt. So, pwede natin substitute si value na yun dito. So, pwede mangyari yan or cross multiply natin. Kasi nga, ito is velocity with respect to time. So, pwede natin siya pagsamahin doon and then integrate natin. Alisin natin yung function na yan. So, we have 2 minus 4t plus 5t 3 halves. And then dt equals ds. So, pwede natin siyang i-take natin yung ano niya, integrals niya. Limits ng time natin is from 0 to 3. Kasi yun nga yung binigay sa atin. And then for our distance, yung starting position natin is 3 meters. And then yung final position is yung unknown pa. So S muna yung ilalagay ko. And then applying our basic integral. So ito magiging 2t minus 4t squared over 2 plus 5t 5 halves over 5 halves. So mga cancel yun. And then with the limits from 0 to 3. And then itong isa naman, madali lang. S with the limits 3 to S. So solving again, substitute natin yung upper minus lower ng both sides. So magiging 2 multiplied by 3. And then minus, so 4, 2, 2 na lang siya. 2 times 2 squared. Or sorry, ang ating time is 3 seconds. So cancel out, multiply sa taas, this is 2 multiplied by 3, 5 halves. And then minus ito rin, and then 0 naman yung value. So maka-cancel out lahat siya. So ito na lang sulat natin. Equal sa S minus 3. So substitute ko yung upper limit minus yung lower limit. And then solving for S. So solving for S with our calcu. So 2 or 6, 9 minus 18 plus 2 raised to 3 or 2 multiplied by 3 raised to 5 halves. Tama ba? 19.17 minus ano pa pala, yung minus 3 pa. So pag na-transpose siya sa kabila, magiging plus 3. So the distance at time 3 seconds of nung particle na yon is 22.17691454 meters per second squared. Or pwede nyo rin siya again isulat kung di na gamitin yung value. Just to show the answer is 22.1769 meters per second squared. So, pwede nyo i-cut dun sa fourth decimal place. Okay. As for the second question naman, what is the final velocity or specific velocity niya at time is 3. So, ito na, given na tayo ng formula dito. I-apply lang natin ng 3 seconds. So, makuha niyan is 2 minus 4 multiplied by 3 plus 5, 3 raised to 3 halves. So, solving with our calcu, we have 2 minus 12 plus 15. Tama ba? 3 halves pala dapat. So, 5 times 3 halves. Or 5 times 3 raised to 3 halves. Yun. So, 15. So, the final velocity, or at least the velocity, t is equals to, gawin na lang natin t. T is equals to 3 is equal to 15.98076211 seconds. Or meters per second, velocity. So, ito na yung question letter B. So, ito yung A, ito yung B, C. So, ito si A, ito si B. For C, for question C, ito is ano lang pala to this is the velocity at instantaneous. Dito. Kapag sinabing average speed, so kailangan i-compute natin so kagaya nung ginawa dun sa lecture ni Ma'am Dana. So yun na lang. Yun. For C, acceleration, again, hiramin natin si basic definition, Vt. So pwede kasi natin itong tingnan ng, di ba? That is almost, or that is the same as d over dt v. V being a function, and then d over dt is yung ating operator. So pwede natin sabihin na yung a is equals to d dt, and then yung v value. So yung ating 2 minus 4t plus 5t 3 halves. So i-apply lang natin tong function na to. So derivative kuhain natin. So magiging mangyari dyan, constant is magiging 0, negative 4 na lang siya, yung exponent mawawala, plus 5, 3 halves t raised to 1 half. Tama, yan. So our acceleration can be given as negative 4, at least so dito na lang, negative 4 plus 5 times 3, 15 over 2. So time squared, or 1 half, or square root of time. So calculate knowing our time. Time ba tayo? 3 seconds. So yun. So burahin ko na siya. Basta substitute nilang yung ano, yung 3 seconds dito. So yung 3 seconds na time. So equal siya dyan. Substitute nyo dito. And then, syempre, makuha natin is 8.9904. Or actually, yan. Ano siya? 381,057. So ako, susulat ko sa answer sheet is 8.9904 meters per second squared. So ito yung ating acceleration at time 3 seconds. It's instantaneous. So yun yung sin natin.